Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Just to check, Sharifah is here, Husna is here, so Siti, Junaidah, okay, Aisyah and Divashieni. All right, you guys are here. You have few more minutes, and then we can straight away start. I think you're allowing everybody. If once already, who's the moderator, by the way? Okay, Sharifah. All right, Sharifah, if you see from 31, if it's already reaching 38, 39, you can straight away start. So which means all are here. No need to wait until 2:40. All right?
All right, Miss. So we can start right now. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening for all audience and panelists. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Sharifah Nur Ayuni Binti Syed Nizamuddin as a moderator for today's session. Today we will discussing about the e-sport, the new era of modern sport. Before we start our session for today, allow me to introduce the panelists. Okay, we go to the first panel, Prof. Dr. Divashieni, which is Malaysia Ministry of Youth and Sports. Next, we go to the second panel is Miss Husna Hayati Binti Mohammad, who is professional player of eSport Malaysia. Third panel is Dr. Junaidah Hatta, lecturer in technology and innovation in University Malaya. And the last panel is Dr. Aisyah Rasyidah binti Razak, the parents who have two children play involved in e-sport. It is great for today to discuss about the e-sport, the new era of modern sport. Before we go to the more details about this topic, let me give a little information about the e-sport. E-sport consists of a variety of video games for which you need the nimble fingers and a fast brain to succeed. Nowadays, the subject of electronic sports became quite popular all over the world because a lot of people play video games on the professional level. Millions of players participate in various tournaments and events, and millions of devoted fans watch games online. Esport in Malaysia has grown exponentially in recent years. Using the budget allocated by the government, Malaysia Ministry of Youth and Sport has to launch several new plans and strategy for the future. Of course, we know esport is quite different from the traditional sport like football and baseball outside there. So we know that but many people know that esport are real sports because they have a huge fan base and competitive gaming. So now, without further ado, I would like to ask the first panel, Prof. Dr. Divashieni, about this topic. Okay, Prof. Dr. Divashieni, as Malaysian Ministry of Youth and Sports, what can the government do to the future promote esports? Can you explain it as a detail?
Okay, thank you, Miss Ayuni, for having me here. Okay, to answer this question, we have announced an initiative called Esport Integrated (ESI). ESI will be focusing on establishing two initiatives, which are a platform to manage and centralize, which will be fully included online tournament engine and also forming Malaysia esports circuit. ESI also will be help develop capacity building program, which will be fully focused on uh, upskilling tournament, event organizer, team manager and coaches. This program will be started by end of this year. Next, ESI also help build of an official e-sport hub at Space Rubik's Pucho. This hub is mainly for training ground or for professional event venue, amateur esport players, and also an area for networking for the people in this industry. This will be estimated completed by the end of this year. And I also would like to share some news about the development of esport in Malaysia. So if you all can see here, there is a Malaysian team Todak to compete in Mobile Legend World Championship. So in 2019, Todak won the third place in Mobile Legend Bang Bang MLBB M1 World Championship, and they took home a cash prize of RM 83,536. Next is a Malaysian team R2K wins PUBG Mobile tournament. So team R2K from Malaysia was crowned the champion of the recent PUBG Mobile Club Open PMCO, and the team has won a cash prize about RM 16,000 after defeating TRX Legends. Next, the high numbers of participants in a local esports championship. So the total participant is 7,424 across the different category, and ESI said it is a MEC 2020 is a testament to the growth and diversity of the local esport community. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Dr. Divashieni. So we have listened to the statement by Prof. Dr. Divashieni. Wow, that is the best initiative that will be recognized soon. So we find at this point that Esport Integrate will focusing on the building and integrated structure. So through this plan will definitely make Malaysia recognized as one of the countries that can attract and open opportunities for the esport industry. Next, we move to the second panel, Miss Husna Hayati, Binti Mohammad, who is professional player of Esport Malaysia. So Miss Husna, Esport is developing faster than any other sport. In addition, everything related to Esport is also actively developing. Can I ask why did it happen and what the uniques of Esport? Can you explain it as a detail?
Okay, thank you, Miss Ayuni, for giving me the chance to speak. Okay, firstly, I feel the need to clarify on what makes esport can be considered as a sport. Esports, just like other type of sports, involve athletic and strong mental ability, requires practices and based with competition. And just like how we have track and field, indoor games, water sports, and board games, esport is another branch of sport that is still developing. There are several reasons for this rapid development of esports, such as the wide range of choices, our current situation, and their uniqueness. Okay, there are numbers of popular esports such as Dota, League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Mobile Legends, and so on. And there is an endless list of it around the world. The wide choice of esport gives players the opportunity for them to choose a suitable game according to their desire and ability. Due to this specialty, more people start to explore esports while developers taking this chance to develop better games. Okay, next we move to the uniqueness of esports. What is so unique about esport is firstly, as you can see, esport did not involve much physical activities compared to other sports. Just like board games, actually, it requires more thinking skill than physical strength. So even people with weak physical abilities, such as kids and patients who have physical difficulties, they also can participate in this sport. Another uniqueness of esport is that you can choose different teammates despite of their background. Usually, In a sport, you have to make a team with person that live close to you or coming from the same country as you. But for esport, you can be a Malaysian, but you can have teammates from Indonesia, from Thailand, or from Italy, or anywhere around the world. Besides their hometown, the gender, age, occupation, institution where they are working or studying, and the personality of each member might be very different from each other. This allows players to engage with wider society around the globe. You can also change your teammates from time to time according to your preferences. So this characteristic of esport is able because you can access to the game arena as long as you have influent sufficient internet connectivity. So for now, that's all from me. Back to you, Miss Ayuni.
Thank you, Miss Husna. So you have a good point there. We've got 2 points that sport doesn't involve a lot of physical activity compared to most sport outside there. And second is you can also build a team despite their background. So I have agreed to that point. In fact, that the selection of player in sport does not tighten just on the backgrounds of a player. So they feel free to join it because sport is more concerned with the skill and level of a player. Next, I would like to move to the next panel and I will give my statement. So you know the video games have moved into esport and it's a huge money earner. It's just not about the playing a games, but we also can making a games. As a lecturer in technology and innovation in University Malaya, Dr. Siti Junaidah, Hatta, can you elaborate of this statement?
Thank you to Ayuni for the good question. As a lecturer is directly involved with the esport, first I want to say statement that esport can generate income for student is definitely true. Why I say that esport generate income for a university student? It is because I'm shocked because today I can see so many I can see so many my students that involved in esport. For our information, in 2020, that University Malaya student have won in one championship that held in Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya, which is with two games, which is Dota 2 and PUBG. They won 10,000 ringgit, and in my opinion, I see 10,000 ringgit is very valuable for students, especially university students. With 10,000 ringgit, they can buy a new set for more focus in e-sport like computer, table, chair, and handphone and others. Others, in 10,000 ringgit, they also can buy their necessaries in study. Besides this, the others way that student, especially university student, can generate income using in esport is when they do live streaming. Why? I said live streaming can make income for university student. Surely we can ask it and wonder why and how esport live streaming can make income for student. For example, my ex-student and my student now also using Facebook platform like Facebook and YouTube to make live streaming. After class, they will focus in live streaming for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours and above. It is can make income when for example, when in Facebook, the donation star for them can exchange to money. The more star they get, the more income they will get. It same goes like YouTube. The more viewers they get, or the more viewers and the more income from YouTube. So I hope university student can change your stigma about esport. Esport is not only hobbies and wasting time. Esport also can generate your income if you focus in esports. That's all from me.
Thank you, Dr. Junaidah, for the very clear explanation. So, from that, we know that esports just not just play the games, but this platform can make the gamers earn a huge money from that. So that people outside there can open their eyes and look the benefits of this esport. And then we go to the fourth panel, the Aisyah Rasyidah Binti Razak, for the opinion. As a parents of two children play involved in esport, can you give the opinion that about the involvement in esport, which has a much better chance of navigating complex psychological problem? How esport can help you develop skill in the future? Can you explain it?
Thank you to multiplayer online battle arena mobile. A player unknown battleground PUBG and others is played as a team. In my opinion, as a parent who have two children involved in esport, I can say that through esport, the player can learn social skills and professional behaviors such as helping each other, cooperation, and team spirit. This is because through esport, the youth need to work together among the team members to compete with other team to earn the title of champion. For example, they need to communicate and interact as well as possible with team members to win the game. Effective interaction between team members can indeed make it easier to devise game strategies. This is because communication is the main key to beating the opposing team. Besides that, esport also can develop your strategy thinking in their future because esport is a great way to develop this skill. My children who involved in esport also state that esport is a game that challenges a player mental and physical ability to service in the game. This is because most esports have the concept of combat and strategy game, which requires solid strategic thinking to defeat an enemy. According to Borders 2012, a player a player cognitive process can also be simulated while playing a video game because the player need to solve the problem and making a decision in a short time. If the first strategy does not go smoothly, the player need to think of a new strategy quickly to defeat the opponent. Is it sure that the youth can use this skill in their life? Last but not least, esport can develop sportsmanship skill in their future too. Every game player resides in winner and loser, just like traditional sport. Esport teach yet important life lessons like good sportsmanship, especially if they have entered the mainstream of culture. Um, Player may not be able to shake hands after a match, but they are still expected to win and lose with the grace. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Aisha. That sounds great as a parent. We also can find out through esport is a player can learn social skills and help you develop teamwork. So I want to ask Prof. Dr. Divashieni, apart from the launch integrated esport strategy, in fact, this is interest could be explained by the observed change in the behavior of the younger generation, especially esport program in school. What's your comment?
Okay, thank you for asking a nice question. Okay, actually, the aim of esport is to stop the students from spending less time at internet cafe. So, Esport Kuala Lumpur Association (ESKL), along with Federal Territory Sport Council, have planned to make esport as a part of co-curricular activities in all secondary schools. Esport is not about just playing video games. There are also other aspects we are trying to introduce to the students, especially video games production and development, which can transform esport into an industry. This will be create a better future for the student, especially in a job opportunity. It's a good way to start this initiative at this stage, as many of them already start to play video games. Esport Medic Aid team along with the Malaysia Crime Prevention Foundation already start to do a campaign towards LT online gaming. Since last year, we start to promote LT online gaming about LT online gaming, and then where the majority players are the youths. So esport also believed to be a benefit to everyone if it be a part of a curricular activity in a schools. So esport won't affect the students' behavior because esport has a many career opportunity in the esport industry, such as like broadcasting, live production, writing, and graphic design. Esport won't affect the students' behavior, and we all still try to work together to make sure that all the teenager, not even teenager, everyone can gain a benefits from esports. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Divashieni. That's good explanation. So yes, from eSport, we are pretty sure that all teenagers will gain more benefits to be utilized in the future if used as best as possible. So we go to the next panel, which is the last panel to give us details and last for information about this eSport. Ms. Husna, can you share to us your opinion? Does eSports can gain popularity? Can you explain how they can get the popularity on this platform? Ms. Husna? Ms. Husna, are you clear my question? Can you hear?
Uh, can you hear me clearly? Okay, shall I start from the beginning? All right. We are talking about how esport gaining popularity, right? Okay, so esport is gaining popularity not just among the teenagers, but also among young adults, and also kids. Aside from the specialty I mentioned before, esport is a very low-cost sport. Players just need to pay for their Wi-Fi or internet and smartphone if you don't have one, or PC if you prefer to play games on PC, and extra items in the games, which is not compulsory. So most of the esports are free of charge except for the additional items or VIP mode. The competition inside the esport arena also usually free to enter unless you went for a competition that held by other parties, especially third parties. So the low cost has been one of the main reasons on why people are attracted to involve in esport. Okay, secondly, why esport is popular? Another reason on why esport is gaining popularity is because of our current situation we are in and doing sports. Esport arena now is a socializing and recreation park at the same time, just like recreation park and sport arena, but virtually. So people are desperate to meet each other and doing sports. So this is the alternative that they can take. So all in all, we could say that esports' rapid development nowadays are caused by their uniqueness, the variety of games that available, our current situation, and the low cost of the sport. So that's all from me. Thank you, and back to you, Miss Ayuni.
Thank you, Miss Husna. I'm agree with that point. So nowadays, e-sport gaining popularity not just among teenagers but also among young adults, adults and kids. Without delay the time, I would like to thanks to all the panels because they give a lot. I mean, because they give a lot of information and the benefits of the e-sport, which is the new era of the modern sport. I really hope that it can help a little to every new beginner who wants to venture into e-sport world. All in all, the recent evolution of the esports industry is opening the new era in the industry. Esport will be considered as a new sport, which is with complementary relationship to the traditional sport. Research by based on the esport has a potential to contribute, and not only the relevant to the issue in esport economy, but also in its economy in general. So, well, I think that's all from us today. And very thank you to all audience for lend your ears and stay until now to know about this topic. And also thank you for joining our webinar today. By the way, I have prepare a Google form to fill in the attendance in the chat room. I hope everyone can fill the attendance before you all left this webinar session. And if you all have any question about the esport, you can open your mic to ask or just write in the chat. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much to all the panels. My question is that how a newbie means a new person would like to doesn't know anything about esports and would like to join esports. So what will be your advice how to go about joining the group or joining the team and so on? Thank you. Anyone can answer this.
Excuse me, can I answer the question? Okay, for a newbie, usually if you enter any esport, there will be instructions like for you to know the basic of the games. So if you want to know more advanced, there are some mentor-mentee program which you can find either in the games itself or maybe through telegrams, or there are groups in the Facebook. So for a newbie, if you want to involve in the professional gaming, you can start to join these groups and learn from them. So yes, that's from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's the only question from me, but I'm not so sure if there's any question from the others. If there's none, then we can end the session. All right. Perhaps the moderator can read the questions and any of the panels can answer.
Okay, I will read the question. So from Victory, hi, I'm sorry to disturb. Some parents nowadays think that playing esport will affect their children's academic performance. How will you respond to this? So any panels want to answer?
Okay, sorry. Okay, I will answer this question. Okay, actually, esport is not about playing video games only all the time. So that parents always worried about the student, their children might get addicted to the video games. But we also will teach them to learn about how video game are produced, developed, about the graphic design, coding, everything. We will teach the children about that, and so from there they will get interest to know about e-sport. This will make their future better. They also will can create a job opportunity for them also. So they won't like affect the academic performance of the students, because they will learn new things about e-sport, about the games, online games, and everything. Yeah, thank you. I hope I have answered the question.
So, any question? If not, we just end for today. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Let's move on to the next slot. All right.